So my Black Excellence was, of course, going to go to Jordan Peele for screenplay, which that was one where I was like, I don't even feel like I need to see all of these. Although I did see a good number of them. I was like, you just Get Out? Come on. Like, you can't tell me original screenplay. No, that has to, yes. Yeah. So...
I mean, it's just such a great idea for a horror movie. And so I felt like they gave him, I felt like he won Best Screenplay, first of all, because he deserved it. But also, it was kind of like the Academy being like, okay, we're not giving this nigga Best Film. We're not giving him Best Director. Like, that is out of the question. Don't ask. We're not giving Daniel Kaluuya anything. Don't ask. But Best Screenplay is like still a really dope ass award to win, and Absolutely. Him being the first Black person to win it,
especially original,
right? Best original screenplay. So it was just I
knew they were going to give him that.
I did not, but I was
there was no
thrilled. So they can't totally shut out.
I'm one of those types of like real jaded niggas too that just feel like, I feel the exact same way. Like they gave him all of these things and it's great to say, first Black man to be nominated for director and picture and this and all that stuff. And oh my goodness, Daniel's nominated for this, blah, blah, blah. So Get Out has like a moment in the present, so we can't act like it didn't.
Right.
But I was like, the one they're gonna give them is screenplay. I can see them being like, no, we're not even thinking about picture. We're not even thinking about actor or best supporting or lead or in a supporting. No, none of that. But what we will, like, how could you argue with that?
Right. How could you? Again, and it was so good, and it
was a very original idea.
It was. So shout out to Jordan Peele. Shout out to Dee Rees. I guess because you watched it on Hulu, you didn't see the commercials.
Oh no!
But the commercials were excellent. They were really fucking good.
How
Saw
so?
Issa Rae. Well, first of all, I felt like maybe to match the theme of the Oscars, which was, still hosted by a white man, but let's very deliberately talk about inclusion and sexual assault and all this other stuff. I felt like the commercials reflected that. Twitter had a really great commercial that ultimately still doesn't make any sense because Twitter is not going to do anything about the Nazis and all that. So but it was like gorgeous commercial though. Really great commercial.
I'm sure.
Lots of dope people. Chrissy Teigen had a couple commercials that were funny. She and her husband are always a good time. But Dee Rees produced the best commercial of the night, and it's for Walmart. And I'm not going to ruin it for you because you really should see it, but it's like a minute-long movie. It's so good. It's a little Black girl talking to her mama, and there's a Black superhero involved, and you should just see it. But it's fantastic. So the commercials, I think, really were better than the show in a lot of spots because it's like Jimmy Kimmel was bitching about how long the show is, but then they have the most ridiculous bits that they could have cut out. Like, I love Lakeith Stanfield, but why did he run out on stage doing the Get Out thing? That was just like, what? This is so awkward and weird. Or when he called for volunteers to go across the street to the theater to hand out candy and stuff to regular people. Like,
I've noticed that they've been doing that at the last couple of Academy Awards where they have some moment where some of the celebs go and do stuff with the regular people. Like, wasn't it last year that they had a whole bunch of them walk into the theater?
Yes.
And they had that old Black
had them
man
on stage. Right. And that was when, I think that's where that meme of that lady on stage came from with that white man whispering in her ear or whatever. But it's kind of fuzzy. But it's like stuff like that y'all could have very easily cut out and we would have saved, 10, 15 minutes or whatever.
Maybe
on this
an
show.
hour.
Like this did not have to happen. But overall, I felt Jimmy Kimmel did a good job. The show is cute and funny. The acceptance speeches were pretty good.
Jimmy Kimmel, I think of him crying about that line.
Oh, right. I forgot all about that.
Every time
I forgot all about that. Jimmy Kimmel, when was the last time you cried for Black Lives? I remember. Oh, God.
That's what I see every time.
I had totally forgotten. So, but anyway, yeah, I enjoyed the show. Long as shit, but
somehow Kobe Bryant also won an award.
Yeah, I think he produced a documentary about basketball, and so
it was an animated short film.
Oh, just kidding. Or maybe that is about basketball.
It is, but okay. I would have expected a documentary. It's apparently a cartoon called Dear Basketball. I don't know if it's like about his life or I don't know. I've never seen or heard about it. I didn't even know he was nominated.
No, me either. So to see him on stage, even I was like, "What is this? What happened?" And that started a whole nother conversation about how are we talking about sexual assault and then Kobe being on stage. But
yep.
that is what it is. But then also, how many other men in that audience and on that stage are also sexual predators, and we just don't, or people who have committed some form of sexual assault, and we just don't know about it? Probably most.
Like, every time the Disaster Artist came across the screen, I was sitting there like, oh, well, let's see if I hear some clapping or some applause. And they gave the girls, like, James Franco, I don't think was nominated for anything, but the Disaster Artist was nominated for maybe a couple of awards. Okay. And so when it would come across or whatever, people would still applaud because, I mean... Right. A whole bunch of people put in work besides him.
Right. It's not right. These productions are not just that one person, but that one person's name being attached can be what makes or breaks public perception about the project. So
also, I don't care about Tommy Wiseau, so I never even saw that.
Okay.
You're fine.
Sure.
You don't even need to.
After all of the best original song performances, though, and then Coco winning all of the animated awards, I did go and watch Coco the very next day. And again, wept off and on for like the last 45 minutes of that movie. Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. It's very sweet. Very good.
I didn't cry.
It's beautiful. I did.
Like everybody I know did. And I'm surprised
you're the only one who's like,
I cried everything. I cried at that Spearmint Gum with where they sing that I can, you know that song?
The Help Falling in Love with You.
That real slow shit.
Yeah.
That made me cry first time I heard it. It was melodic.
Well, it tugged at me in so many ways.
It's
the
really
idea
good.
of being forgotten after death and another death after that, and all of the different aspects. I just was a wreck, especially the last 10, 15 minutes or so when he's like rushing to get home to play the song for Coco. Oh God. So that movie is truly amazing. Like,
that was
deserves
the one
all the awards and then some.
Where it was like, okay, Coco's nominated for Best Animated Film. Okay, Coco's gonna win. Like, I didn't even bother.
I haven't seen the others
or
anything, but
no. The only other one I think I even heard of was Ferdinand. Oh no, I've heard of The Boss Baby, which I've never seen.
Is that the one where it's literally a baby who is like dressed up as a CEO or so? Or something?
Something like that. I think the baby's actually grown, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's a grown man. Okay, whatever. I think
Alec Baldwin is the
it
voice.
Never looked like it was for me.
It didn't.
So
I've never watched that one.
No. That's like the what was the animated where they had a whole movie about emojis?
The Emoji Movie. That's the name of it.
That also did not look like it was meant for me.
I'm never going to watch that.
Right. That's not my type of thing. So, but Coco is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, definitely rent that or whatever. It was free on my Fios. And I was like, okie doke.
Yeah.
Excellent movie. Turned right around and bought it.
All right. So, congratulations to our Black Excellence winner.
Everybody Black who was nominated or won.
Mm-hmm. Things. And, special congratulations to Mary J. Blige.
Of course.
For your moment there.
Your historic nomination.
Kill you, makes you stronger, first of all.